Hey everyone, welcome to Rambler Insider presented by NovaCare. I'm Jeff Hagedorn. Thanks for joining us, and we certainly hope that everybody is staying healthy and safe out there under the circumstances. I had the great pleasure of calling play-by-play for Loyola men's basketball this past season, and as you can see from the screen, joining me right now is my broadcast partner, Chris Sparks, as well as Ramblers senior guard, Bruno Skokna. Now, because of the pandemic, there was no men's basketball postseason banquet this past year. And so that means Bruno didn't have a chance to do his speech. He didn't have a chance to talk to all of you, relive some of the highlights of his career, and say thank you. So we're going to give him that opportunity here today. But Bruno, first things first, how are you feeling? How are your teammates? How's your family back in Croatia?
I'm feeling great, thank you. I'm basically just studying all day, every day. I'm finishing up my MBA semester, and after that, I'll have two more classes over the summer, and then I'll have my full MBA done. But I'm in constant contact with my parents. I had to make a decision whether or not should I stay here or go back home. But due to my classes being from 6 to 9 p.m., which would be 1 to 4 a.m. in Croatia, I decided to stay here and just finish my studies, my semester here in the U.S. and then see from there. But like I said, I'm in constant contact with my family, and they're well back home. They have really tight restrictions. Everyone's quarantining, and about 10 to 14 days ago, about 2 weeks ago, they had a really serious earthquake back home in Croatia. So that was a very interesting situation where they needed to stay at home and not go outside, but at the same time they had that earthquake where they needed to go outside. And so it was just a very, very interesting situation, and a lot of the downtown area got damaged because there was a lot of historic buildings, and they had the constructions weren't as good back then in the 19th century. So I was concerned about that, but now everyone's safe and healthy. So yeah, I'm just focused on studies right now.
As far as you're concerned, congratulations on an amazing career with the Ramblers. 91 wins, man. 91 victories during your career here. So you leave the program as the winningest player in the history of the program. A lot of highlights, and I'm going to guess that the Final Four is probably at the top of your list.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, 91 wins. And this is a true story. Before I came to Loyola, when I was talking to the coaching staff, and when I was talking to Porter, I honestly I said, when I come there, I expect us to go to the March Madness and to be winning all the time, because I don't care if Loyola was a losing team for the last, I don't know how many years, 15, 20 years, but I know we can do much more. And where I played back home in Europe, I always had that winning culture, and my team was always winning. So for me coming to Loyola, I was expecting to win, and it was something natural. So even my freshman year, when I played with Milton, and we still had a winning season. And but then my sophomore year, Final Four happened. Everything just clicked. Everyone accepted their role, and I was just watching some of the highlights now during this quarantine, and it was just amazing, the energy that we played with. And every player that came off the bench, or every player that started, everyone thought they were the best player. And when they came in, they were like, okay, I'm going to show you what I can do. And everyone was just performing at their peak. And it was just an unforgettable year that who knows when it's going to happen again. Obviously, we had some luck from above as well, but we put ourselves in the situations to be there and have those game-winning shots.
Now, as a professional going into your career, where would you like to see your career take you now? You have a history of winning, you have a history of excellence, but how did the Loyola program and Coach Moser and his staff and the institution prepare you for the next level with your professional career?
So before coming to Loyola, like you said, I had a pretty successful career back in Europe, and I played on a really good team where I had literally 3 or 4 NBA players. Zubac that plays for Clippers, Zizic for Cavaliers, Bender who played for Milwaukee Bucks, And there were some other guys that were at the time one of the best European players. And in my position, I was one of the best European guards. So we had a really, really good team. And when I came to Loyola, I expected to be the best player. They were telling me about Milton Boyle, like we can play together, all that stuff. And what I learned from it was that nothing is ever given to you just because you have done something in the past. So I needed to learn my lesson at a very young age, where I had to fight for every minute and every second that I got. And on our team, we also had some really good players at Loyola, so it was always a great competition, and that just prepared me for everything else in life, where I'm not entitled to anything, where I can't really expect that something's going to be given to me.
Throughout most of the year, you were talking like when you graduated, you were going to stay in Chicago or the U.S. and try and find a job in business. And then one day towards the end of the year, we're talking to you about, hey, what are you doing? And you said you'd made the decision to go professional, which I was very happy for you that you made that decision. Talk a little bit about how did you come to that decision to decide to put off the business world and to go back to Europe or overseas and play professionally?
I thought the best decision would be go back and try, because I know I'm a good player, and just to find a situation where someone's going to push me and give me minutes where I can prove myself. A lot of options were on the table, so I kind of changed my opinion. But then again, this virus happened, and sports, especially back home and back in Europe, have been hit very hard financially, and a lot of clubs don't know what's going to happen with them. So again, I'm considering all the options right now because this was very unexpected, and the smartest thing is just to consider all the options, even staying here. So who knows?
It's got to be a challenge to be doing so much online learning right now. How have you made the adjustment, the pivot?
So honestly, a lot of people say it's a challenge, but I don't see it as a challenge. To me, all the professors transferred to online very quickly. They provided us with all the information necessary. And to me, it's pretty much the same like I was in the classroom, maybe even better, because a lot of the classes are not full 3 hours, and they're usually cut to 2 hours, and they give us lessons that are filmed a couple of days before that we can watch on our own time. So I don't know, maybe this schedule even fits me better, honestly. So I don't complain.
Bruno, to say that you've been a fan favorite here at Loyola would be an understatement over the last 4 years, especially with the student section, right? I mean, they really embraced you. All Rambler fans did. What message do you have for Rambler fans?
They helped me a lot, and I was really, really happy and proud the way they supported me, because through some of the tough times when I had to come off the bench and play a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes, it was really hard. But when I would get in there and they would cheer for me like crazy, like I was Michael Jordan, it just made me laugh, and everything was much easier and much more fun. So I'm just very thankful, and they really made my last year fun.
How about your teammates and the coaching staff here? What have they meant to you over the last 4 years?
It is interesting. I think I had some of the closest relationships my senior year with all the guys, from freshmen and older guys, juniors, and sophomores. Everyone, we were super close, and all the guys supported me, and they also knew that it was very hard for me not playing, and they were showing me a lot of support, and they would talk to me after practice and just keep pushing, just keep working. We know what you can do, and I'm also very thankful for them, and we were still in touch. We still talk, and I don't know. I'm just very thankful for them for being there for me and recognizing that, because they didn't have to say anything. They could have just gone their own way, but they were always there for me, and I'm very thankful for them too.
Well, Bruno, thanks so much for joining us here today. Good luck in wherever your career takes you, professional basketball, business, wherever it may lead. And don't be a stranger. Come on back to Rogers Park. Once a Rambler, always a Rambler.
Thank you, of course.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay healthy and safe out there.